Do Teslas and electric car in general retain their resale value better than gas cars? I think a lot of people are wondering this before even buying their very first electric car, and the results are kind of mixed. There's an article, there's a report that's been going around the internet today, the electric car community articles, that says that Tesla Model S specifically is holding value better than gas cars, better than any electric cars. But I looked into that report and also reality. And I don't think that's just the case. So let me tell you what the report says, and but also let me tell you what I think about this, because I think things are changing, but I think that would be a little bit misleading. So I'll tell you all about it coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button and a bell notification icon so you don't miss anything moving forward. All right, so let's talk about this report that came out there, and it claims that Model S in particular, but Teslas in general, are actually keeping up their resale value better than any other car. Now, they're also saying, and the report comes from iccars.com, that's the source of all reports. I'll show it to you in a second. But and they are talking specifically about Model S being the car that's only losing, I believe, like 17% of its value in the first 3 years. I mean, just hearing that number, it kind of makes you obviously roll your eyes, because that's not true. If you have access to Craigslist and critical thinking, you know that's not true. But nevertheless, that's a report that everyone's kind of based their articles on without really thinking if it's true or not. But you can go to Tesla inventory even and look at those cars, or Craigslist, or Auto Trader, and see that Tesla lose a lot of value. There's some benefits and some pros and cons in terms of buying a used Tesla and how they're keeping their value or losing their values. But electric car in general, obviously the overall technology is moving so fast right now that the electric cars get outdated pretty fast. The cars were made 3-4 years ago, with smaller range, now being replaced with cars with double of that range and some of the self-driving features. Not even talking Tesla cars, I'm just saying in general electric cars. So obviously, if you have a 2-3-year-old car, electric car, the value would plummet because of that. And then if you have a gas car, then it would retain itself just like it's always been, right? Up and down depending on the brands, and obviously luxury cars lose a little bit more value. But as far as particularly Tesla is concerned, there's a more caveat there than that. So let's dive in. Let me show you the report and be the judge for yourself, but let's just apply some critical thinking to it. Before I do that, of course, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byte, and check out their all-electric SUV called M-Byte, coming to the US and Europe at the end of next year, starting at only $45,000 before the incentives, but it is $0 to reserve one. And that's why the process is so fast. I simulated it here. As you can see, it takes under 60 seconds, really, even if you have a sandwich in between, I think. So join myself and 50,000 other people and reserve your Byton today. There's a link in the description of that video, of this video actually, down there. Okay, so let me show you this report. So here's the top part of the report. So this is for the 3-year-old vehicles. As you can see, and the depreciation is huge, especially for Fiat 500e, 70%, which is good for those who are looking for one, because obviously you can get a great bargain on that. BMW i3 is also up there, and Nissan Leaf, but that is previous generation, so that kind of also explains it. The average here we see is about 56.6%. That is still a bit higher than gas cars, which I think is a little bit higher, like 53 or something. So, and that's understandable, as a matter of fact, a little bit surprising. But let's look at the second part of this report. This is 1 through 5, and now let's look at 6 through 10. Now, there's Kia, BMW i8, and so forth, and you can see they're all in pretty much 50s. But look at 9, Chevy Revolt, 52.8%, and boom, right next to it at 10, Tesla Model S at 17.1%. That fall is just, you can like look at. See, it just sounds realistic. And look at the little star down there. It says Tesla Model S new car prices estimated from Tesla's 2016 quarterly shareholder updates. That's an odd place to get that information. So that already kind of look. I kind of like, what, do they know what they're doing with this? Because that's not the information. That's not the good source of information for that. But if you look at that fall from 52.8, all of a sudden one point down is it's 17.1. Now, things are moving very quickly, and there's some things that are going for Tesla's used car values holding on. And let's just forget about the fact that $7,500 or something, or plus $2,500 in some states are given to you. I'm assuming that these calculations are made out of the prices that are after applying those tax incentives. That would be fair, right? That would be fair. But at the same time, here's the thing with Tesla, the prices overall are getting higher and higher and higher. First of all, Tesla has been raising prices, especially in Model S. For sure, the base model used to cost $10,000 less, as a matter of fact, in the beginning. So that's number one. Number two, the $7,500 tax incentive has been cut in half. It's just about to be cut in half again. So the car is going on price in that way as well. So the more expensive it is to buy a new Model S, the better the used Model S would retain its value, right? So that's one good thing that's going on for Teslas in general and Model S in particular. But on the other hand, because Teslas have a lot of features that they continually updating, right? Like if you look at the 3-year-old Tesla Model S and compare it to the current one, which is Raven edition, it is day and night. From build quality to the charging times to the self-driving technology to range, just so many things, like almost a different car. So, obviously the prices will fall as Tesla continuously making these cars better and better, especially in comparison to the gas cars that don't really change that much over the 3-year period or 4-year period. And the only change that they might have is really, well, a refresh, which is usually minor. But the second one is the model change. So this goes kind of against the value, the used car values for Teslas. And again, you don't even have to go that far. You can go to Craigslist and see that a Tesla Model S, you can buy one for, $35,000 with under 100,000 miles. Like sometimes even, 70, 80,000 miles, and it would be at 35,000, even though the brand new one was 70,000. That's not a 17% fall in value. Again, I don't know where they got it. I tried reading the article. There was nothing in particular that I got out of it. But then I saw all of these articles out there saying, oh, Tesla retains values better than everybody else, which would be great. It's just from my personal experience, I knew it wasn't true. So when I looked at numbers, I was like, yeah, this sounds like it's not. So, but there's just so many different parameters. And by the way, things will continue this way, obviously, for a while. But at some point in time, the gas car values will start to diminish much, much faster. Actually, we're probably going to just plummet, because at some point people will be like, I can buy, an electric car now, and that's going to be something that people will be driving in 5 years. So if I sell my electric car in 5 years, people would want to buy it. But if I buy a gas car that's now, being phased out, in another 5 years, it will be even that much tougher to sell it, because everyone's going to be driving electric cars. So those values will plummet even more. So I mean, we're not there yet. Right now, EVs do lose more in value, including Teslas, than a gas car, but that is going to be changing. And of course, one of the many reasons is that once the hardware gets settled, which Tesla hasn't done yet, the over-the-air updates, of course, will keep these cars up to date in many different ways, especially software-wise, and that's definitely going to play a big role in maintaining their values. All right, quick shout out to one of my newer Patreons, Hank Pilot. No first name or last name, just Hank Pilot. Thank you so much anyway for joining my Patreon community and supporting my independent YouTube channel. And of course, don't forget to get on our VIP list. That's free. Bonus stories every Saturday and more. Go to e4electric.com/VIP. All right, guys, looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you next time. And remember to stay charged.